Solar energy is not just a silver bullet that offers us absolutely pollution-free, risk-free, never-ending power. Although the sun is burning every day and will be for another 6 billion years, and we don't need to extract it from the ground, and there's no potential for a spill of sunshine, right? That doesn't mean there aren't things that have to be produced or done that are also polluting. For example, the building of solar panels. We are extracting these metals, usually in third world countries, in ways that would not even be allowed by the EPA in the United States. Extracting metals to be used in the manufacturing of solar panels, which, by the way, have a carbon footprint that you're going to need to go a certain amount of time using that panel at its full availability before you even get to the point where you're actually carbon neutral or you know, really battling climate change. So if we care as much about the earth as we think we are by going more renewable, then we need to actually ask ourselves, what is it doing to the earth? Not Rutland town, or not the town of Fairhaven. What is it doing to the earth to use this technology? It's more about refocusing on solar than it is betting our bottom dollar on it taking care of all of our problems. On that note, I also built my home off the grid. I never once looked into the idea of running a power line, tapping into the grid, and buying power. I started off the grid. I will tell you, just like the United States planning to convert to a more solar-based economy, I should have planned more. I had about half the panels that I should have had and about half the batteries I should have had, which meant my gasoline generator was working constantly. I ended up very stressed out. I ended up spending a lot of money. I need to get the inverter that I need, much like the one I had before that converted power and stored it in batteries. I now need to get one which will send my power, when I'm making more than my house is using, back into the grid. According to my calculations, I would make about $300 a year from doing that. Instead of pulling up to the pumps twice a week and filling up for 40 bucks, I would just be plugging it in when I get home. That's a cool thought, especially if they can come up with a pickup truck that I can actually use for things I want to do that'll plug into my house. I think that my story about the stress, financial problems, and eventual search for some other way to get my power at my home is a tale of caution for the country itself. We probably really need to take a better look at the drawbacks of solar. When you look at a 30-acre solar array, you're looking at 30 acres of precious land that are no longer wild, in my opinion. They're no longer farmable, and in many people's opinion are not that aesthetically pleasing in a place like Vermont. These are all things that need to be considered. Are we really looking at this fully? If we're truly trying to create jobs and have a sustainable economy in the United States, we need to find out and actually get real data on if solar is actually, the silver bullet for our economy. We will find that it isn't, because it's not necessarily as clean as you think it is. And when I say that, I don't mean sunshine. I'm not talking about photons traveling through space at the speed of light, taking 8 minutes to get here from the sun. I'm talking about the industry. Every solution has a problem, and every problem has a solution. We will have to come up with alternatives. Solar seems like a very viable alternative to make up for some of that slack that will be left behind from converting from the petroleum age. But it will have its drawbacks. It really truly isn't all sunshine and roses with solar.